All right, all right. I'm gonna do a little hip hop beat, track mixing tutorial here. This is just a bunch of little tricks I've learned over the years from various guys. Stuff I picked up myself. I guess we'll start with the 808. Probably won't be able to hear it on the wonderful iPhone microphone. But anyways, I'm crushing it. Basically bringing it down with a 10 ratio. It's almost like a limiter. Nothing is getting louder or quieter. It's staying completely at one level. You can see it right there. It's always coming up to there, except when it flops down. That just keeps me that low end presence through the whole thing, so I can, constantly have my 808 steady in the mix. You can see up here, it's hitting pretty good. Right at 60 hertz. The song's in C minor, so it's not going to get super deep, but we got some low end stuff coming out there, which is what we need. On top of that, and also I'm filtering it down to 130, 140 hertz. Basically, I don't want the attack of that. I just want the sub out of it because I've got a bunch of kicks layered on top. Here's kind of like a punchy kick. I've got this sort of EQ on it with a high punch over here at 1K. Then I got another kick. This is more of a lower kind of kick right here. Kind of chopped out some of the top end, and then I'm going to go in and take out some of the low end a little bit so you don't mess with the 808 too much. There's a big kick sample that's kind of layered on top. There's no low end in that. Here's my main kick. I'm just using kind of regular EQ on it. It doesn't have much low end. It's got a nice, snap on the top, a little pump in the back. And then here's another huge kick sample that I made, and I'm just letting it run regular. Claps, I don't really have anything on them. I do have a snap come in on the floor of everything with a gated reverb on it, kind of sample to it. These samples just have a little bit of verb on it. Rim shot, again, not much going on. Hi-hat. As long as you pick the right sounds, you don't have to mess with them too much. A lot of guys like to compress everything. These songs have already been compressed to all get out, so I don't think I need to compress them anymore. It's just beating a dead horse. Now coming into the instrument part, I've got a sub an octave up from the 808, which I've kind of distorted a little bit, and then I've filtered all the low end out of it, and again compressed the hell out of it, so it stays up in the mix and doesn't drop or anything. You can see it kind of static, not very dynamic. Here's a polysynth. Not really doing much to that, just filtering out some low ends. Arpeggio kind of sound, just filtering out low ends. I got a chorus here, it's spacing it out a little bit. Here's a mid bass kind of thing, just filtering out low end on it. Compressing barely, not really. Here's a pizzicato, same thing, filtering out low end. Strings, that's all East-West Quantum Leap stuff. Sounds really nice, so I'm not even gonna, a lot of the stuff I don't mess with. I just put, if it's produced right, you just put it set it at the right level, and you're good to go from there. Vocals, we just got basically, a regular basic vocal EQ. Dipping the mids out so I don't have to push the highs too much, and then there's a little low spike, compression on the vocals, and a little de-esser here and there. Basically, some reverb, delay, some room, some hall, some plates. It makes everything kind of, just come together with slight reverbs for different styles of vocals. One trick I know you guys will like, I do a lot of my own style of New York compression with the C4 and a compressor afterwards. So here's the main drums. So this first one isn't really doing too much. It's just hyping them a little bit, and there's a little bit of slight compression afterwards. This one is really hyped a little bit more, a little more crushed. I leave the mids out a little more. I duck them down a little bit, so I get the snap of the clap and the low mid, the lows of the 808 and the kick. So here's them. Here's just the compressed one. I mean, they're really, really sucked in there and not very dynamic. And then this one I've got is quite a bit more dynamic. So right here, you got more movement with the drums, and then this one is just crushed in there. Not a lot of movement going on. So together they kind of make a really nice, drum sound where it's not too much work and doesn't sound over compressed. Yeah, those are some little tricks. So work with New York compression, look it up. And that really makes your mixes come together. I do the same thing with the instruments and go from there. So hope this helps. See you guys.